Hello and welcome to Turf Moor, a ground that certainly wouldn't look out of place in the Premiership. Well, it's another jamboree of action and stories from the Coca-Cola Cup, news and views from the Premiership. Liverpool and Everton, 100%ers before tonight's games against Spurs and Newcastle respectively. Nigel Clough, with his fourth of the season, got Liverpool off to a satisfactory start, but Teddy Sheringham ruined everything just before half-time. And defeat for Everton as well. Saturday's hero Tony Cottee, a miss as opposed to a hit at St James's Park. Well, perhaps the winners of tonight's tie will get one of the elites in the next round. The draw for round two, you'll be able to see that on GMTV tomorrow morning. But right now here at Turf Moor, it's slight advantage to Burnley before we start, but who knows? Commentary tonight is by Rob Palmer.
A game of rich tradition, equally so the ground. It's 20 years to the day since 26,000 were here celebrating Burnley's return to the First Division, fresh from Charity Shield success. £1 million has been invested in new players to bring those glory days back to Turf Moor, and the new faces have won the Burnley fans over already. Warren Joyce hit 2 goals on his debut. David Ayres has scored 2 in 2. The winger Kevin Russell, he of the distinctive hairdo, is already a cult figure. One favourite is playing for the opposition tonight. Mike Conroy, who's helped stage a Burnley revival over the last 2 seasons, makes his North End debut after an £85,000 move. He's one of 2 debutants. Preston manager John Beck believes in a strong centre to his teams. Conroy will be at centre forward. Trevor Matthewson, a recent acquisition from Birmingham City, plays for the first time at centre half. Mr Beck is very proud of his attacking policies. He's keen to stress it's a 4-2-4 formation, not 4-4-2, therefore they're going to play with 4 attackers. A Lancashire derby, therefore a man with local knowledge. He's Paul Harrison from Hayward. The 98th meeting between these 2 teams, the 2-1 scoreline for Burnley last week means it's 38 wins each. Strangely, it's the first time last week that these 2 teams had met in either of the major cup competitions. John Beck is promising his team are going to come here tonight and attack. And he's promising goals. How many will be to his team is another matter, but the first shot at goal goes to the men in white. Early players running into each other. Here's Russell. Air of expectation whenever he gets the ball. They love him here at Turf Moor. Is he going to go alone? Runs into a wall of white shirts. Exciting cup tie stuff. If there's one man that can change a game with a piece of vigilism, it's Kevin Russell. Russell again, the one player who's managed to get it down to Francis, whose control lets him down. Ideally to Russell. Russell again. Oh, bad back pass, and the goalkeeper had to come flying off his line there. Callum O'Hanlon's playing sweeper more often than Franz Beckenbauer. Twisting and teasing, nice little 1-2, good ball from Russell, and Adrian Heath was in there just in case a mistake was made. Over the head of Conroy. Pender, the defence comes out. The referee originally waved play onto the goalkeeper. Now he's given a free kick. This will be one of the most bizarre goals ever seen if it goes in. And the referee has to look red-faced. That was incredible. That was just unbelievable. The linesman was flagging for offside. is explaining his actions, Mr. Harrison. That is going to be a moment which lives with him for the rest of his refereeing career. This was the incident. The ball was played over the top, offside. Everybody stopped. The goalkeeper looked at the linesman who was flagging. The referee had waved play on, gave the free kick. Adrian Heath was the sharpest thinker on the field, inside to Russell, and in a flash, Burnley were ahead after 15 minutes. Well, you can't blame him. Kevin Russell did his job. Question marks over Mr. Harrison. Looks a little shell-shocked. Wally, suspicion of handball. Rayner to Conroy. Knows every inch of this field. Cartwright, here the long throw into the near post. And a welcoming party of brown and blue shirts bundle the ball away for a corner. Rayner takes the ball over everybody. Beresford comes and drops the ball. Free kick doesn't go his way. But again the advantage given into the near post, and Conroy was quicker than the Burnley defence, but great play by Davis, but his forwards caught in the offside trap. Ellis, Rayner, good cross from Rayner, had to be a good diving header clearance. Again the ball pumped in, making the centre halves work overtime. Little flick, Ellis on the end of it. Nice play from Ellis, but the referee declining the opportunity to even up the decisions. Neveling. Breathing space for Preston North End. Referee had the opportunity then to give a debatable decision as Ellis went for the ball. It appeared to hit the arm of Pender. I don't think there was ever any doubt that it was never going to be a penalty. Right for Ellis to chase. And Pender puts it into an area which Preston will be comfortable with. This very much as good as a corner kick for Preston North End with the length of Cartwright's throws. Rayner, something spectacular maybe from Conroy. Well, he answered the call. It has been a game of unexpected moments, hasn't it? Wasn't too bad an effort. Always going away from the goal though. Deary, well placed throw to Russell. Back to Deary. Russell again playing their own little game between the two of them. What a good pass there from Russell. Now it's the charge forward from the white shirts. Conroy only has one defender to beat, but Davies does well pushing him wide. It's extremely well in fact, and Pender takes no risks. His corner, little push from Beresford, it drops tantalisingly just in front of Matthewson. Beresford came for the ball, and it was a good shove on the Preston defender. If the referee had seen that, could well have been a penalty. Lucky boy, got away with it. Again a long throw, again pushing and shoving. Again the referee waves play on. Second snap for Maysfield, and a header from Matthewson, who'd stayed up in attack. He's probably been One of Preston's best attackers so far, the centre-back on his debut. Couple of yards offside, David Ayres, no doubt about it. That was a wide challenge. And it's getting a little nasty there. Adrian Heath acting as spokesman for Les Thompson. And Masefield was guilty of a very, very badly timed tackle there. He came in, really didn't make any attempt to get the ball. And poor Les Thompson went down in a bundle. In fact, a red card. The referee may be justified in that decision. It really was a quite awful challenge from Paul Masefield. And the second controversial decision of the night from Paul Harrison, the referee. Maybe they could argue about the first one, but I don't think John Beck has any arguments whatsoever as Masefield disappears down the tunnel. Preston North End's chances of getting on in this competition seem to disappear as well. More disappearances in this game than the Bermuda Triangle. Warren Joyce, who just pulled up and pulled a muscle off the ball. Not a nasty challenge, I might add. He's going to play no further part against his former team. And Andy Farrell gets a brief introduction to the first half. Longest serving player at the club, actually. He's only 27 years of age. Ellis. And this could be the last corner kick of the first half. Rayner's throw, but not enough time to take it. And no lack of talking points in this first half. Paul Harrison is going to have nightmares about that 45 minutes for the rest of his refereeing life. That decision early on when he waved advantage, the linesman flagging for an offside decision, the goalkeeper handled the ball, quick thinking from Adrian Heath, put into the ball, into the net from Kevin Russell, and the referee just looked in horror at his linesman. Shortly after that, a sending off, and only one goal. What an amazing first half. The scoreline, by the way, Burnley 1, Preston 0. Only one man in the match thousands is allowed to make those controversial decisions, and Paul Harrison will no doubt, we hope, be explaining the whys and wherefores after the game. But Burnley goes straight on to the attack and score with less than 15 seconds of the second half. Well, what a game. David Ayres punches the air. Burnley are in the bag. Definitely now for the draw for the Coca-Cola Cup second round tomorrow. What a start. Good control from Ayres. An even better finish. And the game is as good as over. Ayres was alert while the Preston defenders were still deliberating the first half. 2-0 on the night. His third goal in as many games for his new club since signing for Blackpool, from Blackpool in pre-season. And again a strong challenge, this time Lee Cartwright requires the calming down. John Pender, the Burnley captain, and his centre-back partner Steve Davies getting involved in a little fracas. Don't smile, Mr. Harrison. In came Cartwright. No doubt about it that he was late. Rayner arguing that it wasn't him that made the challenge. He's pointing to Cartwright. The referee's having none of it. So Rayner, despite saying to the referee that it wasn't him, gets the yellow card. Can't believe it. Here is the challenge. Definitely wasn't Rayner. And I think I'm justified in saying the referee's having a nightmare. Rayner gets the yellow card. That's the man that committed the offence. Heath. Russell. And again, lovely play from Burnley. They know they're on top. They're enjoying the occasion. Russell again. Deary makes the run. Thompson gets it back. A little short for him. Has to deliver the cross. Falls to Francis. No doubt about it. He could have done better. But the pressure's off Burnley. Only now can they afford to miss chances like that. But Francis won't be proud of that. Was going to be given offside anyway. Rayner. Ellis. Rayner again. Good fair challenge on him though from Ian Measham. Ellis to Rayner. Beresford comes and then stays. Back to Cartwright. Oh, the goal of the night! Lee Cartwright put aggression, power, and a lot of mental strain behind that volley into the top of the net. Again, an excellent cross delivered from Rayner. Perfect knockdown. And Cartwright thumped the ball past Marlon Beresford. Well, channeling aggression and power into the right direction. Francis. Just away from the goalkeeper. And that could have been 3. It could have been the second to David Ayres. Francis picked out his man. Couldn't have been a better delivered cross, nor a better timed run. Only the header wasn't 100%. Thompson. Russell. Substitute Farrell. Heath. Every pass Burnley make is applauded as Ayres tries a shot. And he's certainly trying to make an evening out of it, David Ayres. Loving life here at Burnley. Always said when he was at Blackpool that he'd like a bigger club. Jimmy Mullen, his former Blackpool boss, came in and signing for a second time. Ellis. Can Conroy get there? Yes, he does. Forces Beresford into the save. He was claiming, I think, that may be a back pass. Certainly wasn't. Russell. Oh, beautiful skill. Seizes 2 defenders, leaves them sitting on the floor. The cross not quite good enough, it's still not over. Russell gets it back, the man who started the move. Suspicion of handball. Corner is all that Russell gets for his troubles. A rather special performance. Rooster, rooster, the cry from the Burnley fans who've taken him to their heart. Over the head of the goalkeeper, away shouts the keeper. It's not cleared. Wolf pumps the back of the Preston defender's head. It's mayhem. Player goes down, and what's he given this time? Indirect free kick, one way or the other. Obstruction, I presume, Mr. Harrison has given. He's explaining to the Burnley attackers rather than the Preston defenders what went on there. The puck came in rather high. I would have thought that was dangerous play. Teasing everybody, Francis. Well, what can you say? 3-1 to score, and there hasn't been a dull moment. And most of the excitement hasn't been provided by the players, it's been provided by the referee, who appeared wrong to give that decision. As it happens, Burnley score anyway. He's just entertaining us. The goal from Francis. Too far for Reina, wanted it to his feet. Strong challenge from Wally. Davis comes away with it. Heath, perfect control and pass all in one. Francis. Pull back the furthest man forward. Deary tries a curly-whirly and gets a goal. Jimmy Mullen's enjoying this. One of the easiest nights of his managerial career. It's just a case of shooting practice now. Measham played it to Deary, and maybe if the circumstances were different he wouldn't have tried that shot, but it's a kind of spot you pick on the training ground. Lovely curling left footer. 4-1 on the night, 6-2 on aggregate. Well, it won't get any better than this for Jimmy Mullen. He can just sit back and enjoy the game now. Nothing to worry about. Be happy. Thompson to Farrell. Flag stays down. O'Hanlon comes off his line. Francis just teases, chips, and doesn't make it. Came completely out of the blue, that. Good piece of opportunism. Francis had timed his run well. Meanwhile, it's back at the other end. Burnley go again. Davis is desperate to score a goal. Farrell. Russell dropping deeper and deeper. To Heath. They're just walking in and now. Excellent save from O'Hanlon. It's been a game of incidents, and that by far the best save of the night, pure reflex. Russell again, going to have another go. Just eyes up the target, and O'Hanlon keen to get the ball back into play, but a brilliant save by the Irishman. The ball came in at the near post, off his own defender, last thing he was expecting, and a tremendous reflex stop. And you must say Burnley have handled this very professionally. They have only gone forward and attacked when they've really had to, not making the pain worse for Preston North End. And poor old Callum O'Hanlon is working overtime. You have the feeling if Burnley really wanted to, they could just be queuing up and adding even more to the total. There's so much time and space. It's really the goalkeeper against the home side at the moment. The 90 minutes are up into extra time, and Callum O'Hanlon is quite literally working overtime, clashing with his own defender. Looked as though he got fingertips to the ball, but in the end, the referee judges that it had just carried for a goal kick. goes the final whistle of the evening, a game which has started off in controversial fashion by Kevin Russell's goal early on in the game. Handshakes from the managers. It's been a good-spirited game in the end, despite the sending off of Paul Masefield in the first half. And poor old Paul Harrison, centre player off, gave a controversial goal, booked a wrong player, and then an eventful start to the second half, a goal within something like 13 seconds. And quite safely, it's Burnley who go through to the draw for the second round of the Coca-Cola Cup tomorrow morning. They win 4-1 on the night, 6-2 on aggregate.
Well, an exhilarating performance by Burnley, some really lovely stuff, quick and incisive football, and no one reacted quicker than Adrian Heath in setting up the opening goal for Kevin Russell. Now, what about the referee's role in it? Because the linesman clearly signalled for an offside.
My linesman quite clearly indicated an offside, as there was no forward anywhere near to take advantage of that. The ball was going through to Kieran, the goalkeeper. I acknowledged my linesman's signal and shouted to Kieran to play on advantage. For some reason, Kieran didn't play on, and he must have thought I belonged for the offside, and unfortunately he picked the ball up, so I penalised him for handball outside the penalty area.
Bet you thought it was Christmas Day, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, they don't come along very often, so when it did, you know, I was really pleased.
Were you in a state of shock?
I was for a few seconds, I must admit this.
What were your words like when you saw the ball had gone into the net and the referee had allowed it?
I don't think I could repeat them on the TV, to be honest with you.
There was about wasn't just one player offside, about 3 or 4 players offside. That's the way I saw it. And Kellum says that he heard a whistle as well, so it was just a misunderstanding. And perhaps we should have had a bounce up or something like that.
That was unfortunate, a misunderstanding. Maybe the sending off wasn't so, was it?
I don't know. I mean, I know the boy Paul Masefield. We took him from Stockport. I've been working with him for the last 3 months. He's a lovely lad. He's got nothing malicious in him at all. He just mistimed his tackle. To be quite honest, I thought perhaps some of the Burnley players overreacted.
It was serious foul play in my opinion. That's it, basically.
Are you angry at all inside?
No, of course not. These things happen. We just hope they iron themselves out over the season. We knew we wasn't going to win the Coca-Cola Cup, so we'll go in and win our league now, I think.
Well, no shortage of talking points in that match, and certainly no debating Burnley's superiority. Now, what about the Premiership tonight, with Liverpool and Everton having 100% records before their games against Spurs and Newcastle?